Jesse. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I'm kind of shook up actually a little bit because in the last couple of weeks, so I've been doing this silent prayer, and I've been learning from you, and I've been sort of seeing. I've heard you say sometimes that what's going on with people with anger, with hatred, it's a spirit.
Right.
And I guess I'm maybe starting to see that in my life. And like seeing it doesn't make it go away. But I'm seeing it and like kind of like living with it right now. It's weird. And anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Maybe you have something you want to say about that.
Okay.
Also.
How do you feel about seeing it?
It's distressing a little bit.
And why? Why?
Because I can see what it does in my life.
Yeah.
I can see the effects and like the consequence of it being there.
Yes.
And it sucks. It's not good.
So here's what you should stop doing.
Okay.
Just relax and be happy to see it.
All right.
Because if you see it and you resent it, it's going to create a problem for you. You don't want to have an opinion about it. Be glad that you can finally see, and it's going to be amazing. It'll be taken away from you. Because the battle is between the light and the darkness.
Yeah.
And it's not yours to fight because there's nothing you can do about it. So you just watch it, and that's all. You become the observer.
Okay.
He doesn't need your help at all.
That's what I was going to ask you is like, what do I need to do to, what can I do about it? Like, how can I get rid of it?
Nothing. You've done all you need to do, and just to realize that being angry is evil.
Yeah.
And that is wrong, and it separates you from God because you're playing God. Now that you've admitted that, you see it, you'll be fine. Yeah. So the ego wants to fight it, but there's nothing you can do because it's a spiritual battle. And of yourself, you can do nothing about it, so accept that. And put up no resistance. Otherwise, Satan is going to defeat you again because he wants you to judge it. He wants you to be upset about it. He wants you to have an opinion. Don't. Just relax. Isn't that something?
Yeah, that's something.
Did you forgive your mother?
You know, I thought I already did.
Oh.
And I went to her and I had a talk with her and I told her that I forgive her.
Yeah.
But
you
it's
have
funny
not?
that I did.
Oh, okay.
And then since that day, though, I've been coming to be able to see things that I didn't know I was angry about.
Yes.
Like more things are coming up that I didn't forgive her for that because I didn't even know I was angry about it. It was like hidden.
Right.
And I'm finding more things to forgive.
Well,
I guess, do I need to call her over or go see her again and again? Tell her about each thing or what?
No.
Okay.
Once you forgave her because you realized she couldn't help herself, and it's wrong for you to resent her because it separates you from God, and you become like her. You became like her, right? So once you realize it's wrong to have that judgment, and you went and forgave her, you're done with that.
Okay.
And so now you're seeing all the stuff that you refused to face before.
Right.
It's all being revealed to you.
Yeah.
And so just watch it and let it pass. You don't need to keep going back. You've already done all you need to do.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, and I went and saw my dad 2 weeks ago too.
How did that go?
It was good, man. It was pretty cool. We didn't talk a whole lot. He just he looked like he was going to cry.
Yeah.
And then he told me, we do the best we can, and I feel like I did the best I could, but there's a lot I wish I could have done a whole lot better.
Yeah.
He told me that, and he said thank you, and and I told him, I'm sorry for resenting him in the ways that I was, and for acting out the way I have a lot of times. And he said he already forgives me.
Amazing.
It was cool talk, yeah.
How old are you?
35.
Man, it's a nice time to be waking up.
Yeah.
That
cool.
is great. So now just relax and go for the ride.
All right.
You have not seen anything yet. It's going to be amazing. Your heart is being renewed. Your mind is being renewed. So when you're in situations now, speak up, but don't resent. And if you do fall into your imagination and you feel anger, relax. It's just you're growing away from the imagination, so you're still learning how to let it pass. So it's no big deal. It's no sign of failure or anything. You're just lost in your imagination. And you'll look back one day and you're going to have the life that you cannot believe. But it's the life that God created for you instead of the one you try to create for yourself.
Yeah.
Your mind is going to be renewed. You're going to have develop a solid mind, a stable mind, not a double-minded person. And then in that mindset, you're going to have peace and you'll have control over it. It won't be a big deal. But you need to relax and don't freak out.
Okay.
And be grateful that you can see. God loves you enough that he allows you to see. Most people can't see. So you're fortunate that you can see. And because all angry people are blind, they cannot see.
I'm starting to see that too. It's weird. I'm starting to be able to see, like, anyway, I don't need to get into it too much. Maybe that's just my imagination anyway. But
What? See like what?
That there's another life available. And it's sort of, and there's something in me that's like, no, maybe it thinks that that's boring, or it thinks that I won't like it, but I know that that's not true. I can hear that that's not
Yes.
right.
Wow. Well, that's your ex-daddy, Satan,
Yeah.
trying to tell you, no, don't do it. He
Right.
wants you to believe back into the lie again. Don't believe it. Just relax. You can see it, you're on your way.
Cool.
And it's like magical. The struggle is over now for you. And he's going to add things to you that's going to blow your mind.
No, I went to apologize to my mom last Sunday. And I've been here at Bond for about a year and a half. And I went when I first came, I went to forgive my parents. I spoke with my mom and my dad, and I forgave them, but nothing really changed.
Yeah.
But recently, last week, I forgave my dad. I went and spoke with my dad again and apologized like 2 months ago, and that went great. But I really found my resentment came from my mom, so I went last Sunday to just apologize. And I didn't know if I wanted to do it because I wasn't sure if I would genuinely forgive her. But I just went to apologize. And when I went to apologize, like, it went totally incredible to where I was free in that moment just by apologizing. But what drove me to do it was I realized last Sunday that I was wrong for resenting her. And because I could see I was wrong for resenting her, that's all I needed to do was just admit that I was wrong. So even if I wasn't ready to necessarily forgive, I knew that I was wrong. And I went there and told her I was wrong, but after that, I was completely, like, it's been a total change. Like you told him, it was magical.
Yes.
It's like a weird thing that I didn't know really would happen, to where I really feel, like you said on the radio show last week, that there's a foundation now. And I totally feel like there's a foundation, and it's a change
That's
from
right.
what it was last week. It's crazy, to where sometimes I don't know what to do with myself. Because it's like you
Girl,
can,
like rolling on the floor. I don't know what to do. I'm so free. I can just see. I can see. That's nice, man.
right. It's just clear. Things are just clear. I mean, and Satan still gets busy, but things are clear. I can see clear. I have more confidence to say things. Is that when I look within, I don't see resentment towards my mom or my dad, and it's like an absence of resentment. It's interesting.
Confess that you're wrong, and you shall be born again. So all you have to do is admit that you're wrong for having this anger, for resenting. And then he will bring you into the kingdom of heaven within. It will happen. But the preachers are telling you, you got to learn the Bible, you got to quote the scriptures, you got to do this. And majority of people are doing it, and their lives are just screwed up. I saw all their kids down at the slut walk yesterday. You know, because the Christian parents are not a living example of what they are trying to pass on to their children. And instead of giving the kids love, they're giving them hatred, ego, and it's just not working. So he said, before you enter into the kingdom of heaven, you must be born again. And the way you be born, because Every person who has anger is the son or daughter of Satan. He's your daddy. I don't care how much you read the Bible, all the night you could feed the homeless, you can work until you're black and blue in the face, but if you have one iota of anger, Satan is your daddy. Say hi to your daddy. But once you forgive, then God become your father, and things start to change. You can have a life. And then you're controlled by him and not by your father, the devil. The average person don't want to admit that Satan is their daddy. Who want to say Satan is my daddy? It's like every man that has anger is a woman, because it's abnormal for men to have anger. You become like what you hate. You take on the identity of your mother. Or if you had a father who hated his mother and his mother's spirit is in her, if you hate your father, you take that on too. But it's not normal for men to be angry. It's not normal for men to look for love. That's why it's not working. Because it's abnormal. Women really need you. They need you to be men. They need you to be right men. Women need men in the same manner that men need Christ. Can you imagine what would happen if Christ was like a beta Christ? You know, he was weak and pathetic. We couldn't get back to the Father. And women, when men are weak, women go out of control. They really do, because they don't have that light. They can't look at their fathers when they're kids growing up, or their husbands, boyfriends and husbands when they're growing up. They can't see the right way to go because your light is out. And they need that order of God. They really do. And men are in a fallen state right now. And these women are going out of control. Those women did not have a good relationship with their fathers, with their mothers. And Amber Rose is just helping them to stay in hell, really, because she's in hell. Women need men. And you see how men are under attack today. And men are hated because they are sons of God. They're the Christ. Even if they're weak, they still represent that, but in a weak way. And Satan understands that, so he's using angry women, weak men to destroy men. That's what this is all about. It's a spiritual battle. It's not physical at all. And man, you need to wake up. It's okay to be a man. It really is so nice. It's not hard. It's not difficult. Matter of fact, it's easier to be a man than it is to be a beta male.
Look, I shall send you the prophet Elijah before the great and awesome day of Yahweh comes. He will reconcile parents to their children and the children to their parents, to forestall my putting the country under the curse of destruction.